I remember back in 2010 when a robot vacuum could barely clean it all. They were practically useless. But now they are not only crazy advanced, getting to the point where, yes, companies are coming out with models that can climb stairs, but they are also insanely affordable. Cue in the latest model by Ecovacs, the DEEBOT T90 Pro. It has an all-in-one base station with top-of-the-line mopping and vacuuming. There is a lot to the T90 Pro we need to talk about before you really decide to pick one of these up. So let's see if it's really worth it. The T90 Pro is a pretty big unit overall, but there's not a whole lot that comes in the box. Overall, everything was really well packaged and put together. When you're setting it up, you're gonna need a space slightly bigger than the base station itself, because it has this extra ramp where the robot actually sits on. It's not one of those models that go completely into the base station. Instead, it's sticking out. The base station itself is actually pretty straightforward. The top of it features your clean and dirty water bins, which have built-in handles, really handy for either filling it up or emptying it. When you pull off the front plate, you're gonna have access to your vacuum bag, which can last up to a few months with this model. Of course, that's always gonna vary depending on how many pets you have in the house. You also have this detergent bin, and they do give you a bottle of their cleaning solution with your device. Now, this is really handy because it's gonna put the perfect amount of solution with every mopping run that your robot does. The only other thing you ever really have to touch on this is the mopping tray. Now, this pulls out from the bottom, and Ecovacs says it has about a 150-day free maintenance period, meaning you don't have to clean it that often. But I will say, just from 2 weeks alone of use, look what mine looks like. So I would definitely be cleaning this at least once per month, which is not a lot of maintenance. You rinse it out, that's it, put it back in. Once you have everything plugged in and your robot in place, just set it up through the app. It took me around 10 minutes. One of the easiest models I've ever set up. Now, I've been using the T90 Pro for over 2 weeks, and we're gonna break my experience down into 2 different sections: vacuuming and mopping. This actually has the highest vacuuming power I have ever tested. It uses their blast technology, which offers up to 30,000 pascals. For reference, the highest I've reviewed before is 22,000. For daily use, this should be no surprise, but it was great. I have 2 cats and a dog, no problem keeping hair, grit, and grime off my floors. But I wanted to show you more than that, so I actually performed 2 different vacuuming tests. Test number 1 is where I took a pretty average size area rug. It had some cat hair laced onto it. We had some leaf litter from outside. Then I maxed out the suction power inside of the app, and then turned on a few additional carpet settings such as suction boost and fine carpet detail cleaning. So I sent it out to do 2 vacuuming trips over this rug, and it absolutely nailed it. There was basically nothing left on the carpet at all. It got all of the hair plus the leaf litter. It looked perfectly clean after. Now, for test number 2, we have to check 3 different areas. I used a mixture of glitter that would get deep into the carpet, something a little harder to pick up, and then cat litter, which is a typical particle that my vacuums clean around my house. To test how much there is before and after, I used a 1/3 cup mixture. I placed a bunch on the carpet as well as along the baseboard and this lip that leads into my living room, and then of course a corner to see how it handles those. Same settings as before, and we set it on a 2x cycle, and here were the results. For the corner area, it got the majority, but deep inside of it, it just wasn't able to reach and get the rest out. It did have some issues handling the lip that transitions into my living room. Not getting over it, the wheels actually have no problem getting to and from the room, but super close to that lip, it just didn't quite get it all. But along the baseboards, no problem there. It knocked everything out of the way and vacuumed it as it went. And then the middle rug, which for the cat litter picked up, I would say 99% of it. But for the glitter, something that's a little bit lighter that gets deep inside, it of course just couldn't pick it all up. This is what I collected from the vacuum after my test, nearly a 1/3 cup. And after sweeping up the room, this is how much I collected after. A few other things I wanted to point out, their Zero Tangle 4.0 works awesome. After 2 weeks of use, the roller brush did not get tangled once. The only area that did is the little rotatable wheel that just it gets tangled on every single model I've ever tested. Listen, first company to figure out how to not get that wheel tangled will have my forever endorsement. It's not a big deal. I usually just pop the wheel out and you can take the hair out and pop it back in, and it can still operate pretty tangled. It does also go back to the base station to empty at least 1 to 2 times every single time I get it to clean my main floor. Most models I've had before don't empty to the end. It's not a big deal, but it did lead to slightly longer cleaning time. However, it is actually a really quiet machine, so I don't really find that's a big deal. But like all robo vacuums I've tested, you really do still need some sort of handheld model, especially for carpets if you want to get a really deep clean. Now for mopping, this actually uses a unique style roller brush that self-cleans as it mops. It does this by ejecting water onto the roller brush and sucking up any dirty water that it gets as it's cleaning. This leads to the roller brush essentially being always fresh instead of spreading the mess, which is something that sucks with those spinning style roller brushes. Combine that with the temperature controlled mopping, where it can get up to 75 degrees Celsius, as well as 10 newtons of downward pressure, and it actually extends out to get even closer to baseboards. To put this to the test, I put soy sauce in the middle of my kitchen, as well as close to the baseboards, and then in a corner. I let it dry, and I wanted to see how it could handle this mess after. Like before, I set it on 2 cycles. We did all the max mopping settings that you can do, such as max wetness. Then I used the zoning feature, which is really nice. So instead of cleaning both the rooms that I put soy sauce in, I put a little box around the areas I wanted to clean, and then it went and just tackled those messes specifically. For the middle of the floor, it absolutely killed this. On its first pass, it got some of the mess, but got it a little wet. On the second pass, it got the majority of it, leaving a tiny bit of residue. For the baseboard cleaning, it actually got super close thanks to that extendable roller brush, but for whatever reason, it only did 1 pass along the baseboards. This led to some residue because it wasn't able to accomplish that second pass. I'm not sure the reason for this, but I'm pretty confident if it did the second one, it would have been clean. This was the exact same for the corner. It actually got pretty deep into the corner, but never did its second pass, so it did leave quite a bit of residue. Looking at the mop after it was done cleaning, it actually still looked pretty fresh. And the great part is when it goes back to its base station, it will continue to clean the mop, as well as using hot air drying to make sure everything stays sanitary. They do also say the dirty water bin gets a little less sludgy than other models. I didn't really notice that big of a difference. However, I will say it didn't smell quite as bad. I think the reason for this is because it was using cleaning solution in this instance. Overall, great mopping for day-to-day cleaning, but just like vacuuming, you should have a secondary solution, especially for bigger messes.
This model also has quick charging, so those short periods when it goes back to the base station to clean its mop head, it can get up to 10% in pretty close to 3 minutes.
I also wanted to put this through an obstacle avoidance test, which it did a great job on, barely touching a few items, but not enough to stop its cleaning. It uses a combination of structured light and RGB cameras, which you can actually access a live view from the app. The app is also really clean and super easy to use. There's an abundance of different settings that you can play around with depending on your home's needs. That includes this AI agent, which will actually take cleaning data, create its own schedule, and clean accordingly. I actually didn't use this much, but I know there's a ton of different features that you can play around with and get value out of. I just prefer to set a schedule and have it clean at a certain time, both vacuum and mop. The T90 Pro goes for $899 USD, which is honestly pretty impressive because I felt like I was getting $2,000 value out of what's a sub $1,000 vacuum. It kept my house clean, there was very little maintenance, and it saved me a ton of time. I have no second thoughts on recommending this to any of you. It is actually a pretty great deal overall, and like always, I've included any discount code as well as the link down below in the description and pinned in the comments. Thanks to Ecovacs for sponsoring this video. Like always, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next week.